Hi, everyone. This is Gwen
Hello.
and my twin Grace, and we're going to do a quick Kylego for you. Just an example of how far we can take it. It's going to be awesome. Okay. This is for us to not take things so seriously, but of course, we take all of
Oh,
our work so very seriously. Yes, we are here to be serious, do serious work, Grace. Okay. So let me
are
just
you ready?
explain again what a
Okay, you
Kylego is.
explain it.
You,
Then
you,
I
you,
want to do the Kylego and then you'll get to respond to me, okay?
okay. Okay. So you step forward in time because we're magical. So let's do this. Do you want to do 5 or 10 years, Grace?
I was just thinking a year, but we could do 5 years. 5 years
Let's
would
do
work.
5 years in ahead, and we're looking back at ourselves right now and the things that have happened,
Yes.
and saying, gosh, I remember when. And the magic of us projecting forward is when we project forward, I'm going to imagine myself taking 5 steps forward now. Okay, Grace. And I'm going to
Uh-huh.
imagine each step is a year, and each step I'm telling myself, I'm living my highest, most vibrant self. One step, I am living my highest, most vibrant self. I'm living as my highest, most vibrant self. I am living as my highest, most vibrant self. I felt like on year 4, a bunch just dropped. And I'm living my
Ooh,
higher, most vibrant self. Oh my gosh, here I am, 5
year
years.
five.
Grace,
Five
5
years later.
years has been amazing, and I still love this deep blue. It's amazing. I love this deep
Yeah,
blue and wall.
it's
Grace, tell me,
gorgeous.
what do you remember has happened in these 5 years, this amazing transition in your life? And what is the transformation that has occurred? What do you
Oh my
remember?
gosh. Okay. I remember us talking and having a meeting 5 years ago, and we were starting to get ready to write the book, Bigger Love.
Yeah,
And, I was just trying to figure out like how to do SEO and try to get people to be able to reach, soul play and the books. And, I didn't have a lot of experience then, and there was a lot for me to learn. And I really felt over my head at that point, and was like, wow, like, is anything going to change? Because I keep on learning, but I feel like I have so much more to learn.
yeah, I
And it's
remember
not,
that.
and things aren't moving the way I think they should be moving. And like, wow, what is my life going to be? But guess what? Looking back, it has been miraculous. It has been one step after the other where we connected with these incredible people who knew what they were doing and were passionate about what we were doing. And each one of them added to my knowledge, and each one of them helped connect me more and more. And then more and more people began signing up for the YouTube channel and listening. And I can't when we read when we finally monetized our channel, we had the best party
I remember that.
ever. We
We
were like, yes.
we pulled
Oh my
out
gosh, it
the
was
Dancing in
insane.
the Stars video, and we danced
Video,
to it, and
and
we put it live.
and
We
we
were
were
so happy.
we were sweating, like it was insane. It was the craziest celebration ever. And then we just got connected with more people and started getting this amazing feedback and working with, oh my gosh, we just started working with these amazing people. I can't name them at the moment because, I don't want to, kind of this is private stuff here. But we were working with some people that we really looked up to,
Yeah,
and we were, having thousands upon thousands of people were buying your book. Oh my gosh. And people were signing up and they wanted to work with you. And you have built your channeling, teaching and everything dramatically. I was so excited when after your first 2 books that was already written, the next one came out. And
yeah,
then your one dealing with playing every day,
yeah,
that just, it took us to a whole other level. And
yeah.
people started understanding. People were like, oh my gosh, these guys are crazy and everything. And I'm like, okay. They think we're crazy. But then some people are like, oh my gosh, I'm finally getting this stuff. I'm finally understanding. And to get to this point 5 years later, where we have the support we need financially, we have the people we need, the support we need to connect in and be able to really make a difference, not just in this country, but in the entire world.
Hmm.
That people know what we do.
Yeah.
People know that there is magic in the world. And
Yes.
you have played a huge part of that in helping people understand the magic in this world. And isn't that a beautiful thing? And not just that, but I got to do a lot of things that I wanted to do for fulfill myself with music and voice and some incredible songs and sounds that came out of us that I feel honored to be a part of creating, and
Yeah.
how fulfilling that has been in my life. I am at a point where I really feel like I belong here for the first time in my life very deeply. And
Yeah.
that is something that means the world to me. And to know, wow, I am here and I belong and I am making a difference. And I feel like this life was worthwhile for me.
Yeah. There was a purpose for it. I remember when you started sinking into that, there were all these things that were happening. We have so many projects that we're doing, but it was as if I felt you just sinking into this comfort of yourself and
Yeah.
just feeling like, you know, instead of getting caught up in the little things, it was like there was this stability in you and your knowingness, and you're like, what I'm doing and what I'm here doing is exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. And it all started, it all gets to flow and figure itself out. And I remember, a couple years ago when we got to hire people, what a big deal it
Isn't
was. And you
that
sat
amazing?
down, and I remember us sitting across from each other, and you sat down in your office chair, and you let out this huge sigh, and you're like, oh my gosh, isn't life good?
Yeah. Like I don't have to think about this and this and this and this and this. I have people who are doing this for me, and I can really sink into just doing things I love. I mean, of course, there are other busy, busy things. You have to have meetings and so forth. But to just be like, wow, I can really just be with this moment in this project that I am so passionate about. And I feel
Mhm.
like I belong here fully.
Yeah,
And just, yeah, it feels like sinking into the earth,
yeah, yeah,
like finally taking root,
yeah.
fully.
You're like,
And
I belong here.
yeah,
Big
it's like one
Mama's
of those.
home.
Exactly. It's like one of those big monster trees, those giant trees, and you can just feel the roots going deep, just
Yeah,
down into the earth, like, and feeling like good with it, like sinking into it and being okay. Yeah, this is the way it is. And I mean, it's okay that yeah, there are the people that are like, that's weird or whatever, but I am completely good and accepting and fully loving within myself this situation and feeling at home and at peace
yeah,
with what's going on here and all that's being created around me.
yeah.
Oh,
So much has happened in 5 years. Yeah, I remember that, and I just have such compassion for the me of 5 years ago, and how
yeah.
brave I've been, and how I just kept on moving forward, and I didn't let anything deter me, things that in the past would have. And I was just like, nope, this is what
I
I'm doing
remember,
out of compassion
and
and
I
love for
remember
myself and
too, and
everyone.
I remember how enthusiastic you were and so full of hope,
Yeah,
because that helped me along the way. I'm like, how the heck can she be so like, no, we're going to do some amazing stuff, and you were just so determined and so like, okay, and this setback and that setback and this question and that frustration, and you just one step in front of the other and just kept on going and going and going and going. And I'm like,
I'm
okay,
I'm the
all
little
right,
legend that
Gwen.
could, that is just even better than the little legend that could. I'm the little dragon that's really 3 dragons, that's really 5 dragons, the
That's
whatever,
really
whatever it
nine.
takes.
Yeah, that's
Whatever it
right.
takes. So I remember building that confidence and really me coming into my own and feeling, even though, I feel like I'm sitting kind of like you, I feel more like it feels like a throne to me, you know? I like, but there's all the playfulness around me, and I love that feeling. I feel like that feels like home to me. So I'm so happy that I'm in this place and that there's still more adventures to go,
Mhm.
and that we're chugging along. So
Yeah, I'm thinking this and I'm going, wow, there's so much more for us to do, so much more to happen. But yeah, I know deep inside, whatever we really need to happen will be able to happen. And but I can feel comfortable with my life. I can feel comfortable with what's happened and what is available for me to experience in the future.
yeah,
It's such a beautiful thing. And back then it was something that I could just barely conceive of.
yeah,
Yeah, I just thought tiny little glimpses, tiny little moments, every now and then, little moments where I'm like, oh my gosh, this was a moment where I was truly in the now, truly fully me and myself, truly fully where I should have been experiencing this thing. And it was like a breath of fresh air. And then I would have another experience and another experience and another. And then they became more often and
yeah,
deeper and deeper. And now I'm here in this spot and it is what my life is
yeah,
now.
yeah. And I love that you talk about that because I was able to, in my dedication, really ground into some beautiful practices for myself and my dedication that I brought to the world that are strong and powerful. And I'm so glad that my journey is helping other people open up to their own magic. And that's
Yeah.
what I desire, is for people to open up to their own magic. So
Mm.
yes, high five through the
High five,
through the
high five, and I'm glad that, as we were going through the process, I'm helping create these things with you, but going back and using the material myself
yes,
and reminding myself of what was created and how much it nourished my soul and how much it encouraged me to go, this is benefiting me. This can benefit others. I have faith that this can benefit other people.
yes,
And that helped me through that process of growing and growing and growing, of allowing myself to nourish myself, to take part of the things that I was helping create.
yeah, yeah. And that was a part of my journey too. Beautiful. All right, everyone, we're snapping this together. Whoa, it's coming together. Whew. Now, as you know, we're doing this and we're Kylego, we can bring this energy that we just started and bring it into our hearts, or we can eat it up.
Eat it. I was going to say it's like this juicy apple or whatever, and we can just eat it if we
I'm
want
going to
to.
eat that energy, and it's now a memory in my soul, right? This is a memory of my soul. You can smell it, whatever it is. Peaches. Oh,
Mm,
yeah. Spiced peaches and apples that have been steamed.
steamed
Yeah.
with cinnamon. Yeah.
Yeah. Cinnamon. Just yummy,
Mm.
yummy, yummy. And I'm feeling that, inhabit my body, and just accepting this as reality. Boom. So, this is the magic of Kylego. This is the magic of using the mechanisms that we have in this life of memory, of ideas, of the stories, and using them for our benefit to help us identify and reprogram what we've told ourselves our future has to be. And so now I'm going to jump
You know
back.
what I wait a minute.
Yeah,
I just one sec. I just wanted to say one thing I really like about this is that you're not there are affirmations and other things where you're looking to the future, right? No,
Yeah.
what you're doing is you're really stepping and being the future.
Yeah.
You're being the future. And that breaks chains. It breaks the chains that you have around yourself of what's possible and who you are and what you can be, and allows you to just be what you can be. And we could have gone to more extremes, Gwen. I mean, we
We
really could have
could.
gone
We could have
crazy.
talked about unicorns and the aliens
We could
coming
have
and
talked
visiting
about
us.
when the aliens came and how they asked for you and me, and how people snapped
They
to
wanted us to sing a song to them, you know?
exactly,
We
and they
could have
wanted to
done
join
anything.
in.
We could have done anything. And also, just another thing that I want to make note of, I just simply said my highest self and went forward. But if there's something that's particularly challenging you, maybe you're having a tough time seeing yourself um, in the business sector, or a talent that you're trying to grow, or a certain challenge internal challenge, and seeing yourself having overcome it, and then looking back and then being able to identify some of the key points of how that came through you, perhaps even the thoughts, the people that showed up for you, the faith that you knew that what was needed was there, all of those things to help support you in your inner dialogue so it becomes new and different, and we can do this all together. Yay! Okay, so this is another example of Kylego. I'm glad Grace joined me today to help share that with you. And is there any final words in parting, Grace?
Did we want to talk about the next step in the Kylego that can be done? Where if you're doing it with the other person, if you have someone listening to you,
Mm-hmm.
they can take what you've said and
Yeah.
then they add to it. They make it
Yes.
even larger. You
Yeah.
know, they're like, and Grace, remember, that when you won the blank blank award and everyone in the world knew your name or whatever. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
Yeah.
it just
It
stretches the
stretches you a little bit more.
possibilities,
Yeah. Yeah.
stretches the possibilities within your life a little bit more. Who knows what the future is going to hold, but to be able to allow yourself to be in that space where it could be really makes a difference.
Yeah, yeah. Like we said, we did a very tame, I think, realistic version of this. But yeah,
Hmm.
you can really stretch yourself, and this is a great exercise to just for your adaptability, your agility, and
Yeah.
you being able to see the many possibilities that are before you.
I took a writing course for film scripts, of course, and I just wanted to point something out. There's a person who's a mentor that's teaching all these people, and he has a ton of experience in this. And he's like, there are lots of writers, and they get up there and they succeed, but they have not envisioned themselves having that success, and they sabotage themselves immediately upon getting there. You have to envision it. You
You
have
have
to
to
allow yourself
feel
to
like you're in
understand.
the right
You have
space.
to feel that this is something that can be, and then there's nothing wrong with you being in that space. Because if you step into that space and you've never been able to really conceive of yourself being there, you're going to be like, I don't belong here. I'm
Yeah,
scared. And you'll
yeah.
find a way to get out of being in that space.
Yeah, well, they've worked so long in the becoming energy
Yeah.
that when they are there, they, sometimes they're like, I don't understand this new space, you
Yeah.
know? So
Yeah.
we get to acknowledge and own that we're in the process, but we also have arrived at the same time. That we can be the same. We can be both of them at the same time and
Yeah.
not be afraid of it. So,
Yeah.
all right. I think we just gave our TED Talk. Um, all right. Love to everyone.
All right. Have fun with this, guys. I mean, really practice going crazy and coming up with even strange specifics, whatever, just to get into this realm
Yeah.
of the possibility.
To play. All right. This is Gwen and Grace from Soul Play. We say, own your stage and play on.